More than 4 years ago, Harry decided to throw away his family and go with Meghan, and now he is being thrown away by his wife. Let's take a look at how Harry was manipulated and abandoned in this video, and welcome back to my channel. I'm guessing now, basically nobody believes that Meghan is with Harry for love. I mean, who would believe such a thing at this point? It was obvious from the very start that she had a plan when approaching Harry. I mean, he was a prince who refused to grow up, and he was way too fixated on his late mother. And it's not that hard for Meghan to control him. I mean, really. Quite simply, she just spent hours stalking Diana and trying to become the reincarnation of Diana. All the way from the perfume to the appearance of the mother, she copied everything. But the fact is, she'll never be as charming or as lovable as Diana was. And then it was pretty easy for her to take advantage of Harry's weakness, and she got her meal ticket. And then the nightmare officially started. I mean, Harry listened to everything Meghan said, every little plan that she made. How many times, though, has Meghan shown in public that she controls him? She cannot even accept walking behind Harry. She even has to make sure that Harry wouldn't do anything against her will. So she didn't hesitate to look at him with vicious eyes. She's always holding hands with him or touching his bag. It's a way of asserting control. Looking at Harry sitting next to Meghan in the Netflix series and in the interviews doing absolutely nothing, just sitting there and watching Meghan insult his family, I felt like Harry is just as bad as she is. And if Harry was still with it, then I think he would see how fake what Meghan said was. He acted like he was so upset with the British press for not respecting Meghan Markle's privacy. Didn't he realize, though, that she was the one who was always reaching out to the paparazzi to capture the moments that she wanted them to capture? He even believed Meghan when she claimed that his own family had been racist towards her, and so he demanded an apology from them. Nobody owes him a thing, or Meghan either. And how dare he ask his father and brother to say sorry to that evil narcissistic witch? If he really does blame his father, then my opinion is Harry is forgetting his treatment of Archofficial is a lot worse than what he claims he suffered. I mean, poor Archie, no vacations, doesn't get to play any sports, nobody's teaching him how to swim, he doesn't get to go to school, he's not taken to church, he doesn't even get to go on Easter egg hunts. And remember, Harry's mother took him everywhere. Just recently online, I saw a photo that was posted of Harry and Diana at a water park. Why can't he do the same stuff for his son? And what are those two doing with their invisible kids? I mean, they're like prisoners. They're never allowed out into the world to experience it. They're never allowed to explore. And they don't get to enjoy relationships with people on either side of the family. So Harry has been caught in the trap of a narcissist, split personality, somebody who is an empty vessel and doesn't have any moral compass. Now, she will do anything for money, fame, and revenge, and her dream is still to be the successful Hollywood actress, somebody who is adored by people all around the world. And Meghan Markle, let's remember, also claimed to be white for most of her life. She is biracial. She's like a chameleon, though. She just changes her color depending on who she's pandering to and who's going to give her money or status. And now she has decided it's more beneficial to be black. And that matches, I guess, her strategy better of taking full advantage of Harry, and apparently he's okay with it. Harry just let Meghan and also their favorite cheerleader, Omid Scobie, write a horrible book and accuse the King and Princess of Wales of being racist towards their unborn child. I mean, the public humiliation of Catherine and his father brought on by Harry is something that can never be forgiven. He's so selfish, he's so entitled, and he's way too old for that too. Harry's nearly 40 years old. All these attacks, though, I mean, they're coming from Meghan. Harry is just so brainwashed that he can't say no to her, and he believes everything she tells him. And now Harry is putting out feelers claiming that he wants to come back and help the family. Well, Harry, too late for that. Nobody wants you back. There are more than a few problems with this little plan. So first of all, he cannot be trusted. And then also, Harry doesn't really have anything to offer in terms of abilities. How can somebody who is so easily manipulated be able to take on any responsibility? I mean, just think about everything Prince William is dealing with right now. He is the son of a father who has been diagnosed with cancer. He's the nephew of an aunt who has cancer. He's the spouse of a wife with cancer. And the cousin of a cousin that just committed suicide. He's also the brother of a brother who keeps on stirring up chaos for the royal family. And as for Harry and Meghan, from the time they left, They didn't get anything like $1 million. It's all just PR puff pieces. They only completed that one docuseries. They haven't done anything else, and they've been too busy buying awards for Meghan to pick up to make her convince herself that she's really loved, including the one for supposedly fighting against institutional racism in the royal family. But that's not even the worst. A couple of years after implying that the royal family was racist, Harry had the nerve to take it back and claim that he never said that. The media just twisted it. No, Harry, we heard you and Meghan. Really, Harry should stop taking all those drugs. It's obviously messing with his mind. I think Harry could be diagnosed with early onset dementia. He's very slow these days, and the drugs have made him so much worse. I think he's been very violent for a long time. I think those rumors are true. Even as a child, Harry was very badly behaved. He was always very hateful. He was jealous of his older brother, and that was a long time before his mother passed away. And how dare he deny calling the royal family racist? We watched that Oprah Winfrey interview, and we watched them collecting that stupid award for fighting racism. I was honestly stunned that he even dared to say that. But worst of all, what role has Harry played in these fake pregnancies? Was he tricked too, or was he just complicit? And then there's Meghan's alleged miscarriage. That never happened. I really believe these are the details that prove that he listens to whatever Meghan tells him. In his eyes, there's only ever her. She's the only one who matters. And he only will speak up to protect her. Remember, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. And when she wants the royal family to apologize to her, even though they did nothing wrong, he's going to go ahead and demand it. But Harry does not deserve an apology from anybody. Come on. He needs to take a good long look in the mirror and also take inventory of his own behavior. They're never going to get an apology. The royal family doesn't have a thing to apologize for. Harry and Meghan are the problem, and someday, mark my words, they are going to pay for all the lies they have told. And now it's really already happening. They're on their own. So we're just going to sit back and watch the downfall. It is pretty entertaining, I gotta say. Harry doesn't have people to protect him or cover for him anymore. He's just got the person who manipulated him left in his corner. And guess what? She's not really in his corner either. From the very beginning, with everything that has happened, I really believe that Meghan is a narcissist. And I think she planned all of this from the very start. Beginning with meeting Prince Harry on purpose, love bombing him, trauma bonding with him, making him into her little puppet who defends her whatever she says. Don't get me wrong, Harry is responsible. He accepted his role and he took things this far. But I do believe that living with her, he knows her statements and stories are not true. He just goes along with it. Losing face, shame, admit to being wrong in such a big way, that can be a lot more frightening than just keeping the lie going and trying to hide from the truth. So what has Harry done? Well, he said that he wanted out of the royal family, but he was still going to insist on holding on to that title. He showed up in front of cameras to tell everybody a load of BS about his family. He wrote a lie-filled book in which he trashes his family. He allowed a malignant narcissist to control him to the point where he can't even carry out his former role as ambassador for Invictus in any sort of decent way. But instead, he just misuses the charity as a private piggy bank so that he can pay for Meghan's ill-fitting designer clothes and all the private jets too. Meghan has been using him from the very start, though. And she's already gotten herself in front of the line in California. She's gotten everything she wanted out of Harry. These days, though, things are not looking so good for Harry. He's been involved in all these frivolous lawsuits, scandals, and oh yes, I'm talking about that African Park scandal and also the lawsuit against P. Diddy. Harry is not even a royal prince anymore, and Meghan is slowly distancing herself from him. Right now, Harry and Meghan are face to face with a financial crisis. I don't think these contracts with Netflix or Spotify are going to be enough to make them wealthy. Now, maybe that one show they did for Netflix, the Mock You series, did well, but think about how much damage it did to their credibility and their popularity too. And we can say the same about Spare. They certainly have not helped themselves, and now all that's left is Meghan abusing that Duchess title to try to sell crap on the internet. It is pitiful. American Riviera Orchard, that's the name of Meghan's new brand, and they don't even have anything to sell. And there's also no trace of Harry here. Obviously, she's giving us signs that she's ready to leave him. Meghan's abandoned him, and he better be glad, actually. Now, of course, Meghan's stupid new website is going to fail. I mean, just think about it. If she succeeds, she's going to divorce Harry, and he's going to get very little. And if she fails, well, Harry's still going to have to pay half the debts. So actually, this is a perfect ending for him. He used to be a prince who was adored by everybody, and now he doesn't have anything except a ruined reputation. And I'm curious, is Harry going to regret it when he gets a bought and paid for award, sits in a regular seat at a movie theater in Jamaica, or has to go skiing with Kris Jenner's boyfriend so that he can connect with Meghan Markle? Does he blame anybody? Because he shouldn't. He should only blame himself. He is really good at whining too. I mean, obviously though, there is no one to blame for Harry's failures except for himself. Everything has turned out this way because of him and his choices. Harry chose this path, and he chose to marry Meghan, and she's the one who has destroyed his life. But that's what he deserves, because everything is up to him. He couldn't overcome his own feelings, his own obsessions, his own losses, so unfortunately, those became his weaknesses. Harry's father and brother especially, though, did absolutely nothing wrong. Charles did the best he could as a father. I mean, we got to think about the way that he was raised. He was raised in a different time. And, he wasn't really in the normal fold of society. So why should he apologize for doing the best he could? He was a father and also a future king. He did his best with what he knew at the time, with what resources he had available. He fathered the best way he knew how. He shouldn't be blamed for that. He was raised that way. Many people even disagree with the king about keeping Harry's title, which helps them act like royalty and make a lot of money. The funny thing is, though, that Harry and Meghan are so incompetent they can't even make an idea happen. What have they done that has actually been their idea, that has been a creative project from them, their hard work? Nothing. Harry had to have a very pricey ghostwriter to put together that book, to put into some kind of order that would make a little bit of sense and be something people could at least understand. But obviously, that didn't work out very well either. And that interview was a setup, and it was based upon trashing the royal family. Well, Meghan's podcast, we know what happened with that. And all the interviews, again, based on being ugly about the royal family. Even Meghan's stupid lifestyle blog is based upon Flamingo Estate, which she tried to worm her way into, and now she's just trying to take all their ideas. So after this string of failures, when is Meghan going to finally pull the plug and leave Harry? Of course, we can't predict that, but we know we're going to hear about it. From dividing assets to fighting for custody of the invisible children, it's going to be quite the show. I also am not going to be a bit surprised if Meghan tries to play the victim again and she accuses Harry of being abusive. But at least we're all looking forward to her finally leaving Harry alone. She's going to lose the title. She can't keep it. She's not a duchess. She's married to a duke, and it is his title. It's not hers. And so when the marriage comes to an end, it's not only going to be Harry who is abandoned, but Meghan too. Together they have destroyed way too much. And in the end, they're going to be the ones destroyed. And this brings us to the end of this video. What do you think about Harry's role in Meghan's climb? Please discuss this with us by commenting. And if you agree with my perspective, please comment, okay? And if not, please tell us what you think so that we can understand your opinion. Don't forget to like and share this video. Your support is our motivation. And let's subscribe to receive notifications about the newest videos. We're going to be back soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.